What is Shamblers, Jack Hollow here, back with another Dead by Daylight killer video. Today we are going to be playing Clown and the Hag. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually going to be getting one of the ritual quests. This one is to hit 2 survivors or 1 survivor twice with direct impact for his after tonic. The after tonic is his ability where he winds up a bottle, throws it, and then this gas comes out of this bottle, which in the end impairs the survivor. It will cause them to have blurred vision, and it will also cause them to slow down just a little bit. Gives me a chance to kind of catch up with them too. And it also will show me their location by giving me a killer instinct notification, or just kind of like a scream notification. You'll see that later on in this video. The build here, we're going to be taking the sticky bottle, which gives me 1 additional bottle, so instead of 4 I'll have 5 after tonics to throw, and then the gin bottle, which increase the area that the after tonic will take up. For the perks, we're going to be taking Pop Goes the Weasel, Nurse's Calling, Overwhelming Presence, and Chlorophobia. So Pop makes it so that way when I hook a survivor, I can go ahead and run to a generator and kick it if it's not regressing already, and that will decrease the amount of progress that's made. I believe it's anywhere between 50 and 20%. I don't remember off the top of my head right now. You can pause the video and look at that perk and see what it actually is. And then Nurse's Calling, what that does is when somebody is healing another survivor within 40 meters of me, I can actually see them through walls. It shows me their aura, which is super nice when it comes to hunting survivors. And then we have Overwhelming Presence, and what that does is actually increases item consumption by 100%. And so each item that a survivor brings in, it actually has a set amount of charges that they can use it for. And a charge is pretty much, it comes out to being, I think, close to seconds. So when they're inside my terror radius, they lose those charges 100% faster on those items. And then lastly we have Chlorophobia, which makes it so that way when a survivor is actually in my terror radius and they're trying to heal, it takes 50% longer for them to heal, which is super nice. So then you got that Nurse's Calling showing me where they're at, and then you have the Chlorophobia where it slows down that heal rate. So then it gives me more chances to run around trying to find them. And I was looking for the survivor here. I'm not sure where they went. I assume that they went in the house, but now watching this back, I actually saw that she ducked over by those rocks. So she must have had a perk like Dance With Me, where her scratch marks disappear when she bolts. But no worries, we found another survivor here. We're going to go ahead and zone that window with the after tonic. I'm going to go ahead and try it. Yep, there we go. We got that hit. So that's 1 point for that challenge. And I was going to go for another bottle throw here, but I already used all 5 of my bottles, so we're just going to go ahead and go for that down. Go ahead and reload the bottles before I pick them up. And now we need to go over to this hook. We're going to avoid the pallet because if there is a survivor waiting there for me, they can drop that pallet and actually knock the survivor that I'm carrying off of me, and then they return to a wounded state so they can run around again. They're not actually fully down in a dying state. So if you are a new killer, make sure that you avoid those pallets when you can, unless you have no other choice. Go ahead and vault this. Where's this Fang? Trying to get that contact, but it wasn't quite working. That's not Fang. That's Kate. See that notification there? That scream notification? That's what I was talking about earlier when I said it shows me where people are when I can't see them. So I went ahead and down Kate here. Kick this generator and use Pop and regress it even further. Pick up the survivor. Hope I don't get head-on from the locker. Bring her over here to the hook. Gonna go put her up into her happy place. Whoop. And now we go look for more survivors. I'm gonna go check this generator. It sounds like it's almost done. Went ahead and zoned it out. Checked behind the hook there and make sure there wasn't a survivor waiting for me. There is the Nia. I'm surprised she wasn't waiting closer to that pallet to stun me before I even got a hook on her. But that's alright, I'll take it. We got that second point for that challenge. Get a nice little head nod. Thanking her for her time. Thanking her for her contribution to this company. They sabled that hook on me. We're not even going to bother with the chase. Because as soon as I start chasing, somebody's going to come back and help Nia up, and I don't need that. So we're looking forward here. I can hear her off to my right, but I'm not sure where she's at. So we're going to refill our bottles here. Her nice blue shirt let me know where she's at, so we're going to pick her up. I'm going to go throw her on her hook. Not that one though, because it's sabotage, so we're going to go all the way over here to this generator. The one that I just popped. It gives me a chance to actually look at the generator again after I hook her. I don't. I didn't look at... Oh, there we go. Now I'm back at the generator. Go and break this pallet so they can't use it again. Sounds like the generator's already regressing progress, so we don't need to worry about that. Listening to the killer shack here. Doesn't sound like anybody's working on that generator. There they are. Nurse is calling, letting me know where they're at. Super nice. Gonna head zone them on the left. Was not meaning to hit Nia there, but sometimes that's just the way it works out. Hit the cape. She's gonna vault window. Try to zone her from that pallet. Was expecting her to drop the pallet there. Went to disrespect the pallet and I got stunned. That's alright though. She's blurred. We'll go ahead and refill our bottles. Go find Nia again, being I just downed her. Might as well put her on the hook again. Somebody's running over here trying to find her and help her out. It's Fang. Fang's gonna give me a hit. That's like, see, that's why it's super nice to have that chlorophobia, because it takes 50% longer to help somebody when it comes to a healing state. So it takes 50% longer to help a survivor get up to when they're in my terror radius. And if they're using a med kit, then 100% more charges are being used when they're helping that survivor. So that burns out their items, and it takes longer, and it shows me where they're at. Try to zone here. There's the Fang again. Uses Dead Hard. Not sure why she used Dead Hard there. Got an R-tick just because. I believe at this point in time I actually lost count on how many times I hit them. So I was just trying to like make sure that I actually got the challenge done. Because I didn't want to run another game as Clown. Not that I don't like playing Clown, I really do. He's just, I'd rather be playing Pinhead right now. Clown was my initial main killer when I started playing this game when I first bought it, and I like playing Clown a lot. Just because his zoning capabilities. Slowing people down. He has nice add-ons that like will blind people, or it makes them hindered so they're slow, or I don't know if he has one where he can make it so they are exhausted or not, or they're things like that, like the oblivious, hindered, blind, mangled, those kind of things. It's super nice to have, and all they have to do is run through it. And he has the alternate option where he can create the antidote instead of the afterpiece, and so instead of slowing them down, it actually makes them faster. But the trade-off with that is that you can throw it and you can yourself become invigorated, is what it is, and it gives you a 10% speed boost for X amount of time, and you can put add-ons on that make that boost last longer, so then you can fly around the map faster as the Clown. I don't really take advantage of that as much as I should, but it definitely is an option. We're gonna go for Kobe. There we go, zone that window. Nope. Chasing the Fang down again. Keep slowing her down, keep blinding her. Waiting, trying to bait out Dead Hard if she has it. Doesn't look like she had it. And we're gonna go for the lunge here. She must have thought there was a window there. Super nice of her to give me a basement hook though. At this point, I guess it really doesn't matter for a basement play because it's her final hook. Shaking my head no at her like, nah, you tried. I know you tried, but it's too late. Okay. So that's one. There are 2 gens left. I only got 1 kill so far. I'm throwing bottles here because I can hear the survivor, but I'm not sure if that's just the audio glitch when somebody gets sacrificed on the hook, that sometimes their voice remains. It's not always just the basement that happens on. It can happen at any hook, and it's kind of annoying because I'm trying to like listen for the survivors, and then you have this audio bug ruining it for me. So right here I started throwing bottles at the generators to get that notification to let me know where they're at. So that worked out for me. It showed me where 2 of the survivors are. Of course I get stunned by blast charge, which makes it so basically it stuns me, makes me blind, and it takes that hit off the generator, so then I had to kick it again. And check this, make sure that they're not just trying to play me. So basically it's a big time waster for a killer. I think there's some other like special things that they get if they use it too, but I kept checking the generator here because sometimes survivors will just stick around that wall or that area and wait for me to leave, and they'll touch the generator and start working on it again. So I was checking that generator to make sure they didn't touch it, because if they did, I was going to kick it again. Check this locker, because they disappeared way too quick. I like how my hand was on that locker and I didn't get head-on. Trying to zone out this pallet. Get stunned, but at least we got rid of the god pallet. They didn't loot me on that house at all, so it's super nice that they got rid of that. I don't have any bottles, so I can't throw it. And it's going to waste even more of my time if I stop and fill bottles, so I'm just going for the chase here. I'm hoping that she doesn't have balance landing and she chooses to drop down like that. The survivors don't have balance landing and they drop off a point like that. They actually get like, to me it looks like a little stun. Like it slows them down for a second and a half or whatever it is. It's super disgusting when you're playing the survivor without balance landing. But it gives the killer basically a free hit when people do that if they're right behind you. Put her up in the hook. They already powered all the gens, so now I know that they're working on the gates, I believe. Yeah, I mean, they already got it open. I think it's this one over here that they're actually working on. So we are going to go check the gate. I'm looking off to the left there, looking for those scratch marks, and I happen to find some. So we're looking for her now. There's Feng. She thinks she's going to go for the save. We're going to zone her out there, give her a smack. I know that if I would have kept chase there, she would have made it to the gate anyway, so what I'm doing here is I'm actually going to go check back on the hook survivor, because that might have been a diversion where the other person went around the other way and walked down the stairs to not leave any scratch marks, but that wasn't the case. So that was 2 kills. 2 kills on that game. Not too shabby. I'll take a tie any day. The way that I kind of see it is that, you know, if 2 survivors escape, 2 survivors get sacrificed, that's a tie. And say like 3 survivors escape and I only get 1 kill, I'd say that the survivors won. And then to the opposite of that, if the killer gets 3 kills and there's only 1 survivor that escapes, I'd say that the killer won. That's just in my head. I don't know how anybody else judges it, but that's kind of the way I see it. And there's this finger licker's bucket. I really want that. I just wanted to show you guys quick what that was. Basically, it's like a KFC bucket with a bunch of fingers in it. Because the clown's Mori, when he kills people, he cuts off their pinky finger and like puts it on his keyring. I thought it'd be really cool to have that as a little trinket. So now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing Hag. And with this build here is I'm trying to get a lot of generator control here. I have Deadlock, I have Hex Ruin, and then I have Hex Plaything to kind of make it so that it's easier for me to get around without them knowing, and then Barbecue and Chili. Hex Ruin is a hex perk where a totem gets lit up and a survivor can cleanse it and get rid of the power, but if they don't, basically what happens is it takes longer for them to repair generators, and if they get off the generator immediately starts regressing. So I don't actually have to kick generators, the hex totem will do it for me. And then I've talked about Deadlock and Hex Plaything before in the past. Basically, Deadlock, locks out a generator when I down a survivor, one that's being worked on the most. Hex plaything is when I hook somebody, it creates a totem, and it makes that survivor oblivious so they can't hear my terrors when I'm walking around. Barbecue and chili is a staple. It's been around for a long time, since the bubble expansion. And what that does is that when I hook somebody, it actually shows me their other survivors' auras, as long as they're outside a certain range, like 36 meters, I think is what it is. So it makes it easier for me to track people down. We're on the game map right now, so it might not have as much value as it will with larger maps, but it's still there, still something to help me out. I'm trying to get him to panic vault this pallet right here so I can get a hit. I went for the lunge, completely missed it. He gets another pallet throw on me. Go ahead and place these traps. If you're not familiar with the Hag, her ability is that she places traps on the ground, which creates phantasms of herself. Just like that, and then I can hit control to actually teleport to that and become that new copy. So it's super nice when people are trying to loop you and they run into one of those traps, that you can actually teleport to that body and then get a hit. So I like to put them in places where survivors tend to loop, or pallets, or like walls that I would hug as a survivor. Barely saw the survivor there, blending in with the wall. I'm going to go ahead and set a trap here at this doorway, pick him up, hook, and I'll set another trap at the other doorway, so that way when a survivor comes to unhook him, I'll get a notification saying that somebody's in the area, and then I'll also be able to teleport to them with that phantasm. And I have add-ons on that make it so that the traps are sprung easier, and it also increases the range on which I can teleport to those traps, because you can't teleport to the traps all the way across the map. There's a range that you have to follow. So there's Claudette trying to disrespect me, trying to get some space here so I can place another trap. They just got one generator done. There's Claudette again. Sprung one of my traps, got the down. Pick her up, she has the map. We want to get rid of her so they can't find hatch as easily. Or generators. It was a red map that she brought. Put her up on this hook right in the middle. We'll trap the stairs here, because survivors that go on that hook tend to like to run down the stairs. There we go. We go ahead and teleport. Jill just got the unhook, so we're going to go ahead and hit her. I think she was hoping that I was going to teleport to that one. And I'm going to try and herd her into my traps. But another one went off right by the survivor that actually I hooked. He panic vaults. I smack him, down him again. Give him the no, sir. It didn't have to be like this. Alright, now with that trap down, we're going to go ahead and pick him up. We're going to go place him on the hook. I got very lucky here because I had no idea if he had decisive strike or not. So he either missed it or he doesn't have it. Place the trap there because we know he's going to want to loop that pallet when he gets off the hook. Another trap here in case he tries to loop and go downstairs. Then we'll place another trap at the bottom of the stairs, so that way when the survivor actually gets off the hook, I'll get some kind of notification somewhere saying, hey, get your ass over here. There's a survivor. There we go. Listen for that tick. Dwight going for the save, farms him off the hook. Hit Dwight. He's down. He was waiting for me to teleport to that Hag because he was going to drop the pallet in my face. And now, I remembered that that survivor could have decisive strike. So we're going to go ahead and leave him on the ground for more than 45 seconds. Because that is the purple decisive amount of time that you can get a strike on a killer is 45 seconds. Claudette's going downstairs. Lots of stuff's going on. Lots of traps are going off. Jill's coming for that save. Gonna smack Jill. Nope. Dwight, for some reason, wanted to take the hit. I decided to go for the hook here because I was like, well, there's already so much going on. I'll eat the decisive if he has it. He doesn't. Claudette's back, take a hit, spank her again. This guy's decisive time is more than up, so we're going to pick him. Claudette's still around me. I don't know what she's trying to do. I hear her. Dwight's off the hook. Go ahead and teleport to him. There we go. Knock him down. Go find a hook. There's no hooks near me. Oh wait, there's this one. Throw him up on the hook. There you go. Oh, and he's dead. I didn't realize that was his death hook. So we have Jill and we have Claudette left. So I don't know where they are, so I'm going to start placing traps on areas that survivors tend to hug the wall and kind of sneak around. To hopefully they just accidentally run over the trap and set it off and let me know where they are. We're going to cover this drop down. Listening for generators here. I'm not hearing a generator going off. We're going to open up this, make it easier for me to get around. Go ahead and put a trap here in front of this pallet. Go check the basement, see if we can find them. Trap here in case they decide to come back upstairs. My Hex Plaything and my Hex Ruin are still in play, which is amazing for me. Another trap here at the base of the stairs. I'm trying to trap them in the basement, and if they try to escape and go upstairs, I'm going to know about it. Checking the lockers around this gen just in case they're waiting for me to like kind of scope it out and then leave. There's Jill. Trying to blend in with that blue paint. Go ahead and take this pallet break here. She's vaulting the window. We're going to place a trap here in case she decides she wants to keep looping the ice locker. Lots of scratch marks here. Follow the blood, follow the blood. She's going to this generator over here. I can hear her. She's working on the gen. Not quite sure why she was working on the gen when I was chasing her and she was running the entire time. I would hope that she would know that she left scratch marks behind, but maybe not. Trying to get to a hook here. Claudette went ahead and cleansed her Hex Plaything. Oh, see, and that's why we trapped that little drop down. Survivors love that drop down. Spank the Claudette. Claudette decides to spin and run the other way, forcing Jill to take the hit. She's looking behind her. She knows it's the end. We're going to go ahead and thirst her right here, and we get her with the flick. Pick up the Claudette. Go place her on the hook. Go find the Jill. Place her on the hook and call it a game. As long as she doesn't Kobe off the hook. Let's see. Jill was over here. There's the saw room. I chased her this way. Downed her right here because that's where Claudette was hooked. Right under the pallet. She was hoping Claudette was going to come back for her. But that's just not the case. Not today. So if we can get her hooked, that'll make a 4K. Oh, I'm really hoping this door is over here, otherwise I'm not going to make it. There we go. Both are on the hooks. Placing traps in case she Kobe's off. She died right away. Well, she didn't die right away. Claudette did. Jill's dead. Claudette's dead, and that's it. That's game. Not sure if this is our Hex Ruin or not, but I'm going to go ahead and say it was. That Hex Ruin really does shift the game in the killer's favor if they don't cleanse it. So we're going to go ahead and leave an offering there for it. Merciless Killer. That is the highest match rank you can get as a killer, is the Merciless one. 76,000 points I earned that game. I didn't get any assault in the chat after this game, even though they were all PC users. That's really rare to see. Not even like a GG. They might have just left and called it a day. And I want to show you guys this. When your killer gets to 30, 35, and 40, you actually get teachable perks. So now with the Hag, I just unlocked Hex Ruin for my other killers. So when I'm leveling them up in the Blood Web, they have a chance to actually receive Hex Ruin, which is a base perk for a lot of killers to use for their loadouts. So as always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be making more videos with more killers, doing more challenges, and we'll keep on hunting those survivors together. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when my other videos are coming out. I really appreciate it, guys. Keep on shambling.